Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello, all.
What's up, man? All right, so sometimes there are movies that get by me. I don't get to see every movie like I used to. And I always make a mental note that I want to see something when it first came out or try to see it afterwards. So what I did was I actually recorded some movies because I was like, well, I wanted to see this, when it came out, and I wanted to see how it was. So what I watched today was the movie Life. Now, if you remember, that was the movie from, I believe it was Sony, that there was they find the cell of an alien from Mars.
Yeah.
Remember that? Okay. And remember how they're like, oh, that's Venom, and all that stuff, and they're making a whole thing? Okay. And they reused footage from Spider-Man movie or something. So I got to see it today. And after watching the movie, I got to say it was the biggest pile of monkey crap I've ever seen. Okay? And I'm glad I didn't see it in the movie theaters. All right?
Been there, done that.
The movie really sucked. And judging by society, everybody is seeing movies and stuff. And even in the movie, they should have known better than to start messing around with, come on.
A Splice a few years ago, and that was pretty decent.
Yes, it was. So I'm watching this, and I'm like, this is trying to be like freaking Species and whatever, a mixture of Alien, and come on. It was like, really? I did like the spoilers for Life, but I did like the twist at the end, that the whole plan was for the guy to get the alien and the ship into the pod with him and then go off into deep space where it couldn't be on Earth to affect Earth. And she was supposed to land on Earth safely. And then it didn't work out that way, where she got screwed over and she went to deep space while the friggin' alien is on Earth to destroy the whole planet, which I thought that was a good twist, but not enough for me to like the movie. It sucked. So, and there's a reason why I stuck bombs in the box office, and that was one of them. I really felt it was bad form. They tried to make money off of Alien and all these other combination of movies, and I am not for that. Do something original. Don't try to bite off someone else. So I'm glad it kind of failed and stuff like that and whatever. Did you guys ever see that movie?
No, but I've heard about it.
It sucked. And then there was also, I was talking on Facebook, and you know how the shows, different shows are on for years, and it starts to lose its momentum after a couple of years, and you're like, oh, So Legends of Tomorrow came up, and I remember, some of the stuff I didn't like lately. So, my son Joe was like, Dad, you really need to see every single friggin' episode. Seriously, don't just, you of all people should not miss any episodes. You need to see everything in its entirety. So I decided to have a Legends of Tomorrow marathon today, and I watched the first, straight. Even though I seen some of them, I wanted to,
Yeah.
But then I watched up until the 9th episode, and I stopped just recently. And then my son's like, "But Dad, you gotta watch it in order, Arrow and Flash and So yes, I understand. I usually don't have time, and today I just decided to have a freaking marathon, and I was enjoying a lot, because I never had a problem with the first season, but later on it's they lose their funk, their thing, it's they just filler episodes. You know what I'm talking about?
You watch it, I'm watching, and after a while, I've seen.
It's it's not appealing, and even stuff lately, it's not what it was, and so I'm like, all right. So that's it. I'm gonna, spend time when I can, and I'm not working, to watch this stuff in order and make sure I have, an accurate representation of the show. It's not like Doctor Who where I watch every single freaking episode there is, But so that's what's gonna happen with Legends of Tomorrow. But anyway, what has happened while I was watching a movie in 9 episodes. or 8 episodes, actually. Anything? I know we saw the Incredibles 2 teaser.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which I enjoyed.
Yeah, that was cute.
We also have Billy Ray is going to polish the Terminator script. And this is coming from Dark Horizons. The guy who wrote Captain Phillips and Shattered Glass, Billy Ray, has been brought on board to do the final polish on the script for the next film in the Terminator franchise. James Cameron is producing, and Tim Miller is directing from Deadpool.
Nice.
So that's going to be interesting. The movie is set for July 26, 2019 release, which means that they're going to film next year once the script is done.
Yeah.
So again, that is interesting. I don't know if that's a good news or bad news because I haven't seen Captain Phillips or Shattered Glass. The biggest news, I think,
movie. What was that? No. Captain Phelps was the pilot.
Tom Hanks.
Movie, the one where they
Tom Hanks.
And people pretty much said that the way they depicted him, it was not true to form.
Yeah.
And Shattered Glass, I don't remember if I saw.
I don't know what that is. But the biggest news is, of course, that Sony wants to purchase 20th Century Fox.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like a big finger to Marvel, because if they're able to get X-Men, Deadpool, Fantastic Four, and Marvel isn't, that's going to cause a huge situation where Sony has power. In fact, more power than Marvel in a sense, in some cases, because they have the keys to the kingdom. It's like they'll have most of the houses in the Marvel lot. I mean, to do a Fantastic Four movie, all the X-Men stuff, I mean, and Spider-Man, and Fantastic Four, and Deadpool, and then they'll have Deadpool and Spider-Man crossovers and whatever. It is going to be a tremendous. Sony will go through the roof.
Just because but just remember, just because they put a bid in it, that doesn't mean people like the FCC is going to approve it. That could still be shot down.
First of all,
or who
the FCC? No, FCC.
Not
the FCC. First of all,
I'm sorry.
No. The Federal Trade Commission. Listen, the whole thing is that Disney's too powerful. It's too huge. They would have a better chance of telling them no than Sony. Sony doesn't have all that stuff. So Sony has a better chance of well, first of all, 20th Century Fox, 21st Century has to approve it. They have to say, yeah, okay, we'll sell it. If they don't, it's not happening. But then after that, then we have to see if it's approved. I think, Sony would have a great shot. Because people think that they don't have money. Oh, I'm sorry. They do have money from the video game industry.
Yeah, from the video games.
And that's what they've been using half the times with stuff. So they have a nice full well of water there that they're not going out of business. They're not doing anything. All these people thinking all this bad stuff about Sony. Yeah, okay, whatever. It's not.
Just their movie. Now, their movie side might be floating, but maybe sinking a bit. But
it won't now. Especially since they also got the Valiant universe they're going to be doing, which is the comics. So they're going to be doing the Valiant, they're going to be doing Spider-Man, and if they get X-Men, Deadpool, and Fantastic Four, forget about it.
Oh, man.
The possibilities are endless. You'll see a Silver Surfer movie. You'll see, a whole crossover with the X-Men, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man. They'll do like a thing with Galactus, and they'll do their own cinematic universe in a sense where they'll have everybody fight Galactus, and it'll be like their own Infinity War, where they're fighting Galactus, Fantastic Four, X-Men, and then I'm sure Hugh Jackman will be Wolverine if he gets to be with Spider-Man and all that stuff. I mean, that would be a thing that he probably would come back for. So you don't need to even have Disney get it, because they'll wind up doing their own huge movie.
Yeah.
And Sony probably does better than... Sony probably do a good job. I hope.
Yeah, definitely.
I can only hope. I mean, I know they'll do a better job of Fantastic Four than freaking,
Anybody will do better with Fantastic Four than Fox.
Easy stuff.
So, that's the whole thing. I mean, what do you guys think? You think you want Sony to, or you want Mar, or you want Disney to get it? I mean,
Disney.
Want Disney? I don't know, man. I'm kind of.
Sorry. In this case, way Fantastic Waste's been going. I'm going to have to go with Disney as well.
I got to tell you, I'm not liking that Disney's getting too powerful because it's affecting the comic industry, and they are trying to force stuff upon Marvel Comics with the high prices, the multiple covers. They're not treating it the way it's supposed to, and that's why they're having problems to begin with. So I'm thinking that, to give them more power, I would rather have Sony to get it. I'm sorry. Only because, you realize, what gets me sick? It gets me sick that Disney is really trying to screw over these movie theaters that are like mom and pop movie theaters or different movie theaters that are low, they're not like big chains. They're trying to make 65% of Last Jedi. They're trying to break every rule there is and trying to, hijack, and trying to dictate, put our movie in 4 theaters to hell with these other movies. That's no good. That's like greed. And you know what happens when that
happens? I can understand if it's a big movie everybody's waiting for and it's the first week, fine. But after that first week or midweek, it's time to drop down a bit.
I don't think no movie company should have the power to dictate to the movie theater what they're going to put in their theater. Nobody does. Yeah. I think. So, I don't know about you, but. All right. Anything else, guys?
Punisher's pretty good so far. I'm only 3 episodes in.
Yeah?
Oh, that's right.
It's not for the faint of heart. He gets very violent at certain times.
Yeah? Okay.
And the whole thing with his family is they did kind of tweak it.
Oh, yeah? Is it better, though, or no?
I don't want to say because I don't know spoiling it.
Okay. All right. I think we're going to get out of here for now. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.